Left. Phoenix. I don't know if you're lying.
Oh, there we go. Mikey. Plats. Jumper.
Do I have to leave?
Alright.
Or
Yeah, you gotta leave.
Yeah,
the
you
team.
You gotta leave that
on
team
squad.
before you can take the invite.
Mike, you got it locked down, right?
Uh-huh.
I got no invite.
I think I'm out of boost. This will be
Oh,
fun.
hey there, Plant.
You got
It took a lot of brain power to not have
We're out of
8
here.
turnovers.
We can really hurt the.
Yeah, I'm out of Gatorade.
Cause we still. They ain't in this position no more. We can really hurt them. They rely on us. They kids eat off us now. Let us go to. Let's have an economical war with the Jews and see who win. I bet we beat them.
Charleston, right? Always with the shit. Let me see. Trying to figure out what else I got going on over here. Cause I had to restart the shit. I think I'm. Oh, what the fuck? Give me a second. Trying to get everything
I bet
restarted.
they apologize. We can make them bow down too, my nigga. They ain't as bad as we try to think they is. The white boy the only one kiss their ass. The Russians don't. The
we
North
can all come
Koreans don't. The
together and-
Chinese don't. The English white. Cause we can.
This been on his channel, so I want YouTube to not get mad at me for hate speech because this guy's been on his channel for a long time. It's been up there for a day. Got 200,000 views. This is not hate speech. This is the disclaimer, and it is censored. So please try not to, flag me or something because this shit's crazy sometimes. But this is just one man's opinion. Stop trying to cancel everybody. This shit's crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy.
Everyone's taking no disrespect. I got loaded on me.
Yeah, y'all were trying way too fucking hard, man. Just let us win so we can end this shit. I was trying to get off. I was like, no. Stop making it closer. Right. Nah, yeah, Londo called it out too. Londo said, I got jumper. I was like, oh, excuse me then. Okay. Get jumper then. But nah, yeah, this shit crazy. Shit crazy. This shit bigger than music, you know what I'm saying? Way bigger.
I definitely did not enjoy that second game.
No.
5 times in a row I couldn't put the ball down before I got fouled.
And the second game was a struggle.
I just gave up. I went to the corner.
He said, here, somebody else try it out. It's a truck up here. Man, this game is so nice looking, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but that shit was fun though, no cap. It was cringy though at first, cause I don't like playing against people that I know and shit. That shit weird.
Really weird.
Almost better.
It is better. Like you can learn from it if that's the way you approach it. But if you approach it a different way, you probably ain't gonna talk to us again and shit like that. You know what I mean? Cause then you approaching it the other way. Like fuck them niggas, man.
That's how Mike starts contact dunking everybody.
Right? Yeah, he was dunking my shit. It was tough though. Like I said, he was on my back the whole time. He wasn't trying to let me get nothing easy.
I know you're on the inside build, so.
Right.
Keep you out of the.
Damn. Exactly. Yeah, there was one time you looked at me at the 3-point line and then somebody else cut behind you. I said, you ain't gonna shoot nothing up here, bro. And then you knew it too. You was like, fuck. Why am I even looking at focus?
Fly with the all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking.
And then you gotta stay over there because if he get loose, then you know what I'm saying? Then it's a wrap. And then you give a ISO on whoever guarding the wing area. With when that happens.
So it's gonna break down.
But like Mystic, man, whoo, he was doing some clutch shit.
The guy.
Yeah, he popped off the first game. He had like what, 5 points?
Yeah, he carried us the way through when we needed buckets.
Dude,
I mean-
fast break mid range, the fading one.
Oh no, that one could have decided the game too, and that one was a pivotal shot. Nah. But no, we pulled through. I think he came back with a steal or something else that changed the
Yeah, he got that
momentum or
steal.
something. Yeah, so
That steal.
it was like a little bit of give or take. Uh huh.
It was like a
He kept dropping back
fast break.
with his little buck player, his little last body on that player. Little last nigga.
Well,
I ain't even see him half the time, so I ain't blame y'all for throwing the pass to him.
I think we're glitch on this one.
Gotta be.
Do we gotta walk out or what?
Someone's probably
At the
online.
dash.
No one to join. Yeah, game invited.
Damn.
Dashing.
Quick dash.
Oh yeah, surprisingly
It's
it
a quick
worked
one.
too. Off only 2 tries. Paul George game winner? What happened? Let me see.
It's Rockets.
Reaper.
Yeah, that's what they showing. Yeah. He
Oh,
went.
no, the line
He.
about those 2 splashes.
Man, I was trying to fuck you up, Platt, and then I was trying not to leave you in the corner either, cause you told me to watch for your ass. So I said, okay, I'm gonna make sure, cause I don't want you to tell me something and then I don't take heed, you know. I was like, I can't let you get no threes either. It was tough though. I'd be scared to like make a mistake. You know how that shit go. Especially as a big slow motherfucker, cause if you look the wrong way, you can't get back on defense.
Yeah, turning around is a little tough.
Yeah. It's definitely not like snappy as I used to remember 2K to be, but I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be, but yeah, if it is, then I guess whatever. People get used to it, but it's definitely.
Recovering from those Miyagis are fucking disgusting.
And I know it's not networking latency either. You know what I mean? It's just 2K is like
Nah, it's just the
the
game.
code is ass. Yeah, the game is ass, low key. Cause I get on Battlefield and I'm super snappy and shit. I'm pretty sure if I bought Call of Duty, it would be super snappy too. Like Twitch reaction time and shit. Instead of 2K where you gotta kind of think every step ahead because the game lags for no apparent reason.
Man, if this game felt like Call of Duty,
Wow, that would be the best thing ever. Well, one of them at least. Especially for 2K, because it's never. I mean, there's been some years where the net code was good, and that's what they call it when you have a good net code in a video game or whatever.
16.
Yeah. But this is not one of the years.
Yeah, no.
And last year, too.
After 17,
I'm going in.
it all started feeling slow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
why
it's-
they
to be
turned on the
honest.
game speed this year.
It's crazy. Everybody feel like 55 speed running down court, and if you like make a wrong move and a nigga hit the corner,
So
it's
slow my center that game.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Like even if you fast though, because on my other build it still feels the same way. Even though I'm supposedly like 99 speed or whatever, it's like man, get the on the perimeter defense or whatever, not off ball. With
Current
ball,
gen
whatever.
last year was fast as fuck.
Yeah, like he said. I think 19 was still cool. I think right when that 19 was good too. Where like the defense and offense was pretty cool, I guess. Because even if it's like okay, I'll say this: even if the latency is the problem, like it is in this game this year, like sometimes they can fix the latency by balancing the game. Right now, it's just like dunk heavy. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're playing prime with like sweats,
bro.
then it's not as dunk heavy, but it still kind of is. You know what I mean? Oh shit!
Cancel search. Possible.
Yeah.
Pick somebody else on accident.
Oh, they just turned on my meter and slowed down my shot.
Yeah, you gotta back out. You can't play a whole game like that. That's a waste of hours.
Jesus.
We almost losing this one? Oh no, we got a hell of time. Oh, no, the music playing like we was finna lose.
We were
Oh, the
running
rocket.
for this second game.
I blew up the rocket. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
For real, I blew it up thinking I was gonna be able to attach to it like I seen a nigga on YouTube. And I blew the whole rocket up. And killed myself in the process. Definitely didn't work like the nigga on YouTube. YouTube is cap. But yeah though.
Oh my god, dude. It's on very late timing.
The whole fucking game crashed. That's great. Because I did that. Blew up the rocket. Maybe they, yeah, I don't know. Kicked me from the server, probably banned me.
Oh, I like you being in me.
I know the rules were not banned to do that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's roll.
What do you think about
The English white, let's see if we can do what they. Everybody help them. Free education. We found a station to listen. It said the same thing that Kanye
he
said.
did?
Guess what they did? He and you whooping.
Meet me at the
You
comments.
whooping. And you keep whooping him. Think they will. The white boy the only one kissed. We can really hurt the. Cause we still. They ain't in this position no more. We can really hurt them. They rely on us. They kids eat off us now. Let us go to. Let's have an economical war with the and see who win. I bet we beat them. I bet they apologize. We can make them bow down too, my nigga. They ain't as bad as we try to think they is. The white boy the only one kiss their ass. The Russians don't. The North Koreans don't. The Chinese don't.
Yeah.
The English white boys the only one kissed the ass. The ain't never gave a fuck about them.
Like 900 pounds.
They God ain't our God. They God ain't our God. They would never be able to withstand the type of slavery that our people endure. They way weaker than us.
This video got 200,000 views in one day. It's a great video.
They was
Anton,
given a line of credit from the Queen of England. That's the only thing. That's the only reason they so powerful. They was given a line of credit. Just give us that line and watch what we can do with it. Give us the same line of credit that you got. Let's see if we can do what they do. Other than that, they'll be just like us. They'll be just like us. Getting jobs, working warehouses and all that shit too.
Bum and sweats too.
They had a helping hand. They didn't do this on their own. Everybody helped them.
Robbed pixels off pretty bad.
But don't nobody help us. Every now and then that white boy give us some government entitlements, but that's to keep us under. Give white people back food stamps, welfare, their free education. We homeschool our own kids, but we get the funding out of their free public educational school system. Take your monies out the banks and go put it into something else in Haiti and some resources in Haiti ground.
what's it from? A dude named Anton, what's his name?
Takes rappers forfeit on all their contracts. Stop listening to rap music. Find a station to listen to on. Man, watch them beg us.
Let me see.
What do you
We
think
can all
about
come together and.
Yay, Kanye West, right?
I think black people
Anton
are
Daniels.
that will
That's his
forever be
name.
their slaves, and if they want to,
Alright.
we'll volunteer.
Anton Daniels channel.
And this is why I say this.
Just
What do you
Anton
think
Daniels.
about Yay, Kanye West.
Them something else in Haiti and some resources in Haiti ground.
It's on Anton Daniels channel.
Stop. Takes rappers forfeit
This is
on all
not
their
my
contracts.
opinion. It's Charleston White.
Stop listening to rap music. Find a station to listen to on. Man, watch them beg us.
What do you think about Yay, Kanye West, right?
I think black people are showing white people that we'll forever be their slaves, and if they want to, we'll voluntarily go back to slavery. And this is why I say this. We ask to stand up to white folks all the time. We beg to stand up to white folks. Nick Cannon got on a platform and said the same thing that Kanye
He
said.
did.
Guess what they did? They grabbed his ass by his shirt. They even made him denounce Farrakhan. They even made Nick Cannon denounce Farrakhan and say he was a bad, hateful person. So that's one they tarred and feathered. DC Young Fly and them back on the platform now. They bow down. DC Young Fly claim, well, I wouldn't take it. Y'all all bow down. Get off the show, period. Come over here on your own app and start your own. F them.
You know that's what I'm building, right?
So now we got Yee, a billionaire.
Oh, he calling him Yee too. By his
We watch come up out of
proper
Chicago.
name
Not
that he
only
been
that,
asking people to
the
call him
only
by.
who I've ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free.
That's true.
The only entertainer I ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free. Lil Durk ain't done it. So,
That's sneaking there.
here go Yee. He stand up. We all saying, yeah, he right. But boy, when they grab that baddest, that's always been a tactic. You take the baddest, bring him out in front of all the slaves, and you tie him up and you whoop him, 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 and you keep whooping him in front of all these slaves. This y'all baddest one, y'all richest one. He gonna stand up to us. And we all sit there and watch. Don't nobody join in. No celebrity, no entertainer.
Not a
Jay-Z
nada.
punk ass turned on him. They whooping him. They putting them lashes on his back. Then he find out, Toby, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. And he still saying, I'm sorry. They won't stop whooping him. And we ain't said that's enough. We ain't stood up and said, y'all, that's enough. We ain't playing no more basketball. We ain't doing nothing no more. Cause we can all come together and shake our dick at them if we want to. We can really hurt the cause we still they ain't in this position no more. We can really hurt them. They rely on us. They kids eat off us now. Let us go. Let's have an economical war with the and see who win. I bet we beat them. I bet they apologize. We can make them bow down too, by they ain't as bad as we try to think they is. The white boy the only one kiss their ass. The Russians don't. The North Koreans don't. The Chinese don't. The English white boys the only one kiss the ass. The ain't never gave a fuck about them. They God ain't our God. They God ain't our God. They would never be able to withstand the type of slavery that our people endure. They way weaker than us. They way weaker than us, homie. They was given a line of credit from the Queen of England. That's the only thing, that's the only reason they so powerful. They was given a line of credit. Just give us that line and watch what we can do with it. Give us the same line of credit that you got, and let's see if we can do what they did. Other than that, they'll be just like us. They'll be just like us. Getting jobs, working warehouses and all that too. They had a helping hand. They didn't do this on their own. Everybody helped them. Don't nobody help us. Every now and then that white boy give us some government entitlements, but that's to keep us under. Give white people back food stamps, welfare, their free education. We homeschool our own kids, where we get the funding out of their free public educational school system. Take your monies out the banks and go put it into something else in Haiti and some resources in Haiti ground. Takes rappers forfeit on all their contracts. Stop listening to rap music. Find a station to listen to on. Man, watch them beg us. We just do it for 1 year, unplug from these. They can't stop us.
Well, we are our own worst enemy.
That's it. We stopping us. They can't stop us.
Ran up on
We
us. I ain't
stopping
even
us.
see him.
And whatever God we pray to, told them God death on us. Who gonna help a bunch of they don't even wake up to think to help each other? At this point in America, don't nobody owe us nothing. We supposed to take reparations. And how do you take reparations? By going to the United Nations.
See, I ain't never heard that either.
They'll give it to us.
Dropping the gems.
running the Congress. Congress don't owe us nothing. The United Nations made a declaration saying they owe us.
That is pretty incredible and that's pretty powerful. And I don't think that it's anybody with enough balls outside of you and Ye that's willing to say it.
Damn. That's crazy. That's over there on the Anton Daniels channel. This nice young gentleman right here. Got the big interview of the year to me. One of them. I mean, other than anything with Kanye West saying anything about anything. You know what I mean? This dude just dropped us all with a motherfucking helicopter. Oh shit, what happened? Oh, that guy got me. Alright. Makes sense. Alright, but that's a good interview. Everybody go checks it out. Let's go see what else he had on that channel, because I knew that was yesterday when I saw that, but it's a good one. Okay, I guess that's his newest shit that he got out. But yeah, man. That's big. I wonder if YouTube kicked me off, because it says 2 seconds. I've never seen that before. Let me check. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they mad at me again, because they like picking on me. And like you know, this is America, you know, but I guess not on YouTube. There's a regime. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see something real quick. Give me a second, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Oh, we doing good. Sometimes this shit just freezes because I'm using the newest version of OBS, which I don't recommend. I mean, it crashes a lot, but I wanted to test out some of the newer features, but it ended up getting me fucked up a little bit.
Y'all ain't never put y'all baby in a shirt before. Ain't that right, son?
Wow. What is this?
I was the first rapper to put that baby in a shirt. Y'all ain't never put y'all baby in a shirt before.
Oh
ain't
my
that
god,
right,
as soon as I
son?
spawn in there. Didn't know what that was.
Soldier looks happy. Who's the mom of his child?
They got a baby. Soda Boy got a baby.
This is hilarious. Yo, Elon just took over Twitter and niggas is going crazy. Use of the N-word jumped almost 500% after Elon Musk takeover as trolls test limits on free speech, report says. Then LeBron, yo, I fuck with
Alright, there we
LeBron,
go.
LeBron, bro. Like,
Stay out
figure
of
out
it.
how to win a fucking basketball game, my nigga.
Right. At least on this.
LeBron jumps in the conversation talking about, I don't know Elon Musk, and to be honest, I could care less who owns Twitter, but I will say that if this is true, I hope him and his people take this very seriously, because this is scary as fuck. So many unfit people saying hate speech is free speech. I hate that LeBron tweeted that.
Right.
Because when niggas tweet that, it's the same type of
Censorship.
domino effect of like these companies dropping like say like Kanye. And I'm gonna tell you why. Nobody wants to have the conversation. People just want to talk about or just show the outrage.
Exactly.
If LeBron is talking about, I think there's new conversations that needs to be had about what's hate speech versus free speech. You get what I mean? Now, obviously, if somebody's saying the N-word with the hard ER and they're not black, that's kind of easy way to kind of like just determine
not even that
hate speech is. But these days it's hazy. You know what I mean? Like hate speech and free speech are kind of intermingled, where sometimes somebody might just be trying to make a point. They might not be trying to spread hate, but other communities might be offended.
Right. People,
hate speech these days.
offended
is
culture is what it
anything
is
that
now.
You're offended by, and honestly, we're all offended by something, right? So again, I think people
not
miss
really.
Twitter when you could be a little bit more free in what you said. However, there has to be a line. The thing is, when LeBron tweets this, it kind of scares people to just do just fix the problem rather than have the conversation, because that's a conversation we have to have. What's too far? But a nigga like LeBron not gonna participate in that. He's just gonna tweet this and then run away from the conversation. I actually have a video, but this is about some Kanye shit.
Holy shit.
Oh, let me see if I can play it on here. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Sneeko, who I interviewed recently on Off the Record, sent me this video, and he wanted to get.
You have the good defense. It's easy win.
I'm pressing LeBron. He tries to push it off. Yeah. What double press?
Of course, somebody else saw me.
Dude, but I tried to leave you. Not running to the rim.
Pass. Oh.
Damn. Holy shit, somebody behind us. Oh. Never stand up when somebody's shooting you when you're laying down.
Pixels.
Oh, I'm getting up. No, it's the bad guy.
Yeah. There, bud.
Get that ass, get that ass. He said, get that ass, Black, get that ass. Y'all streaming?
Got a backdoor on this guy.
Oh shit, this video.
so tough in our game, bro. I was just spamming.
So you're the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP. Your mission is clear. If your plebs are obedient and productive, your economy makes more money, and therefore you get more money and power. However, if they're disobedient and not a productive member of society, you are screwed.
Damn.
All your money and power will vanish away. So you gotta do everything in your power to keep the sheep in line. But the problem is, living in China kinda sucks for a variety of reasons. So
I don't think so. I know what they're doing, but you know, like I said, I ain't trying to get in trouble for what's going on in China. That shit don't got nothing to do with my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, even a disclaimer ain't gonna stop fucking people from getting their feelings hurt, so let's make it right.
Between 2000 and 2021, over 6.9 million people have fled China. 6.9 million of your servants gone, out of your reach, not making your economy money. They betrayed the motherland to enjoy life elsewhere. And for a ruthless authoritarian like yourself, that is unacceptable.
Damn, I don't know if this is the best video to play on YouTube. I don't even know how this video is staying on YouTube, but
Jesus, that load up.
I guess they trying out free speech again.
That was a tough animation.
But just for the big YouTubers could say stuff like this.
Because people fleeing will make other people want to flee. And if people were to flee in masses, your economy would collapse, taking your money and power with it. So here's what you gotta do. Number one, you gotta make it super hard for people to leave China in the first place, which we've covered in other videos.
Yeah, I've seen those
You gotta
videos.
sink your teeth into Chinese citizens living abroad. You gotta be able to keep tabs on them, intimidate them, blackmail them, all in an effort to round them up and bring them back home. That way, they can get back to work making you money and not making money for America or Europe or whatever. What you need is a secret police force stationed all over the world.
The Chinese government has set up secret police stations in 54 countries around the world.
Secret police units so ruthless that no one would dare disobey them. And guess what? China's secret police have already infiltrated America along with the rest of the world. The CCP is making their message clear. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, the Chinese government will always be right around the corner. You will never be safe anywhere in the world. China's international secret police is very sketchy and bad, but nothing compares to the evil some Chinese citizens have to face back home. Forced organ harvesting, where the Chinese military and hospitals forcibly harvest the organs of prisoners. Why? Because money, of course. Rich people in need of an organ transplant will pay a lot of money in order to save their own life. They're not gonna look into where or how this organ came about. China saw this massive opportunity and they pounced. Unfortunately, this subject is way too gruesome to be monetized on YouTube, so we've just released it as a private documentary that you can watch right now by pausing the video, scrolling down, and clicking that join button below. This YouTube membership is where we post documentaries every single month that we've always wanted to make, but can't. And members love them. And there's a 30-day refund policy too if this is your first time joining. So you have
Yeah, join this shit if you want to watch the uncut shit. Damn, I knew I was gonna get hit. It was up there for too long. Sheesh.
Nothing to lose, and people rarely ask for a refund.
Years, online fraud has become a huge problem in China. So the CCP began a vicious crackdown on it, where you're basically hunting these internet scammers down like they were terrorists. But what do ambitious scammers do when they get chased by the CCP? They move abroad to nearby countries like Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, or Cambodia. All these scammers had to do was move to one of these countries and they were free and clear. So the CCP simply decided that all these countries like Myanmar and Laos are now, quote, forbidden countries.
Got on a ladder on
Chinese
accident.
citizens are no longer allowed to travel or live in, unless they have a really good reason for it, which most people don't. But that was still not enough. Declaring those countries a forbidden zone for Chinese citizens stopped people from moving there, but it didn't bring home the Chinese citizens already living there. So in the last few years, the CCP has tried everything in its power to persuade Chinese citizens in those countries to return home. They've done everything from blackmailing them to threatening their relatives. And it didn't matter whether you were a scammer, a big-time criminal, or totally innocent. The CCP didn't care about stupid things like evidence or proof. To you, anyone who dares to leave China is either a scammer or worse. So every single Chinese citizen living in those forbidden countries was pretty much automatically designated a criminal. Even if you're a 60-year-old lady who just wants to enjoy her retirement in an exotic country like Thailand, nope. Now you're a criminal worthy of being hunted down by the full force of China's police. The problem was that blackmailing them, threatening their relatives, and freezing their bank accounts back home would only go so far. Their reach and influence was limited. They could easily find workarounds to your threats, like opening up a foreign bank account. You need something more. You need boots on the ground. If you had police stations in every major European, American, and Asian city, you could be way more persuasive in your attempts to keep your citizens under control.
I did hear about this on the news. I don't know how true it is, though. But that's crazy, though. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. The world is a stage. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, been a crazy night. We're gonna try better. Hopefully they drop some new patches for OBS, because this crashing shit for no reason be crazy sometimes. But you know, gonna roll with the punches and shit. But low key, oh no, let's see. We'll see what's good.
Good if he goes through. Come on. Good dude. Shot right back. You go right. Game him. Game him, John. Come on, come on. No. Reward.
Jesus.
Lobby it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Jumpies.
You want to flee, don't you?
Bait everything, bait everything.
Oh, it might be green. Yep.
Got it. Oh.
God, the animation really does not let you get this.
Bad bitch. No. Oh, I missed. What is this cut?
Back.
Shit. There. Box out. Ours? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can't miss those. Coming back.
Everyone's covered.
XXX.
Yep.
That's the old cut.
Left.
Ooh, the screen from hell.
Got it.
Got it. Oh, no.
That's fucking crazy. You got more than
Off threes. Grab ball, grab ball.
One pixels, one pixels. Oh, that's me. God, fuck damn it.
7 seconds.
We uncovered evidence of a secret Russian armory embedded along the
Okay.
Baltic Canal in violation of several treaties. The weapons and intel inside are vital to establishing a foothold in the area. We need as many notepad boots on the ground as we can get. Push it across the desert, claim that ship, and destroy every scrap of Russian resistance. Just do us a favor and leave the fancy equipment intact.
Oh, yes, sir.
Last shot.
Last shot. Sure.
I'm a mentality.
I really think I can get a cut on this guy, but Jumper Guy's definitely gonna help.
Oh, game. Game, bitch. What are you talking about?
He has got so bad.
Jumps perfectly, and you do a 360 around him.
Push the Russians back.
Gotta just be better.
all it is.
That's tough. Mamba mentality. Get jawed.
That's actually exactly what Jaw would do on a buzzer beater. Just jump up there and do some crazy shit. A good team win.
Yep.
Show a lot of heart out there. Oh god, I definitely have a lot of messages with Mom. Oh, last message was breaking the law over a video game. Please don't boot me again.
Damn.
You said that?
I just sent him a throw off message.
I said don't boot before the game, but like in 2021 he booted me.
Yes. That's how it goes.
God, they bum. We own you. We actually own you. What's your record against us? 0-7?
We fucking out yet.
Maybe. I used to play that dude so much in 21. Remember that shit?
I gotta get off now. There's no other better way I can do.
There's a better way, there's a better way.
There's no better way.
My meter's back on, my shot's slow, man. Shit.
Damn.
I don't know how that counted.
Shot clock cheese.
Y'all was playing rec?
No,
Down throw him.
Oh shit.
10-0,
this shit.
sorry, 10-1.
Bang.
Oh yeah, that was a
You
first
banged
down,
him.
Fuck, I cannot shoot.
What a way to take your first L.
Gave him the first L. That's tough.
And maybe even get them back home. It would be so much more effective than just threatening people over the phone or through their relatives. And plus, your excuse of combating online scammers was great optically. You're fighting for justice after all.
good. Sorry,
These
LeBron.
people scam the elderly for crying out loud. Who can argue against such a noble cause? On top of that, you've laid the groundwork for this. In 2014, you made
Bruh,
France
no
sign
way
an
you just
agreement to
hit
have
that
Chinese
for
police
game, bro.
patrol tourist areas in Paris. A year later, you did the same thing in Italy. Suddenly, Chinese police forces were strolling around in Rome. All for the safety and protection of Chinese citizens, of course. Then in 2019, Serbia signed an agreement to let Chinese police forces roam through Belgrade. Little by little, your CCP police units infiltrated dozens of cities around the world. But that was only the beginning of your master plan. Now that you had the perfect reason for your global police force to be roaming around Europe, it's time to go one step further. It's time for you to flood the entire world with your secret police, starting with the United States. Enter 110 Overseas, the official overseas CCP police force. To the world, 110 Overseas has only one purpose: to stop online scammers. The idea is that if you're from China and you're scammed by some other Chinese person abroad, you can report it to these authorities.
Sounds good, but that's some bullshit, I'm sure. It always starts out like something that's gonna help you guys. Just don't worry. This is gonna benefit the people. And then once they get everybody signed up and dependent on it, or dependent, and they charge you for it, restrict on how you gonna use it and everything. But they gonna do it probably some crazy shit. I don't know. But like I said, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just watching this. I don't condone this. Nothing. I'm just checking it out. Let's see. Hold on. Over here, this one. I had another one, no? Let's see. Oh, okay, that's what I gotta do. This one. Alright, yeah. Let's go.
Simply call the local number, tell them what happened, and they'll
Pretty
bring
cool.
the scammers to justice. How they would bring them to justice, and if that is at all
Just gotta
legal,
remember.
don't worry about it. But that's not all. Chinese
Yeah,
citizens
that's
can
what
by
they
some other
supposedly
Chinese
gonna-
person abroad overseas.
Okay, this is their reasoning for their little, you know. I mean, because I guess it ain't a secret.
CP police force.
We're having police in America, apparently.
To the world, 110 Overseas has only one purpose: to stop online scammers. The idea is that if you're from China and you're scammed by some other Chinese person abroad, you can report it to these authorities. Simply call the local number, tell them what happened, and they'll bring the scammers to justice. How they would bring them to justice, and if that is at all legal, don't worry about it.
They ain't worried about it.
But that's not all. Chinese citizens can also call them to renew their documents or report any other problems they may be having. That's why they're calling these secret police stations police service centers.
Oh, okay.
This isn't some scary secret police force. We're just trying to help ordinary Chinese citizens in times of need.
Right.
But behind closed doors, you know the truth.
That's what I'm saying. In that case, then it's okay. You know what I mean?
These police service centers aren't there to help Chinese migrants. They're just a mere facade for a much more sinister mission. The
Holy shit,
absolute
what is it?
control over Chinese people, no matter where they're.
Like I said, I don't condone none of this stuff you talking about. But look at the baby Kodak Black. Y'all see that? That's funny. That is funny. I like it. I mean, yeah. It's cool, I guess.
Are located in the world. The Chinese government has already set up over 50 of these police service centers around the world, including New York City. Yes, the CCP's very own secret police roaming the streets of Manhattan. Their headquarters, an office above a noodle.
Like I said, I ain't trying to break no rules, so. But I'm gonna keep playing this. But like I said, it's already on YouTube. It's a guy named Jake Tran, so he got 1.5 million people. So, and it's been out for 6 hours. I hope he don't get in trouble because then they're gonna retroactively get me in trouble. But let's watch it. It seems cool to me. It don't seem like anything that should be in trouble. Freedom of speech. I mean, yeah, this is not hate speech. This is love speech. Like Kanye would say.
Shop somewhere on the Lower East Side, and they've been busy. In 2020, the CCP's attempts to force Chinese people to come back to China had become so severe that the FBI had to intervene. And New York isn't the only city where CCP's secret police are roaming the streets. They've set up police stations in Paris, Toronto, London, Madrid, Barcelona, Sydney, and Tokyo.
Not for us,
they are practically
cool for them.
everywhere, operating in more than 21 countries across 5 continents. Unfortunately, you're not going to walk past a giant sign in New York City that says,
No, that's what I'm saying. What it's gonna look like?
Chinese Police Service Center. Oh, no. They're setting up shop
Wonder
hidden
if they got one in
inside
Vegas.
Chinese-owned establishments to keep a low profile.
Makes sense.
In Dublin, Ireland,
Like secret
they're
police,
operating
some
from a
real
Chinese
shit.
supermarket. In Glasgow, Scotland, they're working from a Chinese
Yeah, that's cool though. I ain't gonna lie. That's definitely some like top secret agent shit right there.
restaurant. It's like how the mafia have front businesses they use to launder money.
Right.
Except instead of laundering money, it's to kidnap and intimidate people. So let's say you're one of these noble secret police officers operating out of a Chinese supermarket. What kind of tactics are you going to be using to service your Chinese brethren? Once you have a Chinese
said, this ain't hate speech or nothing. I'm just watching dude video. I think he's even Asian, so if that doesn't help, I don't know what we've devolved into as a society. But let's continue.
Chinese citizen in your crosshairs. It's all about finding leverage. Threaten to freeze their bank account or the bank accounts of their family members. Tell them their kids or grandkids will be forced to drop out of school in China if you don't comply. That their parents may lose their social benefits, their home.
Okay, so the Witcher show. I was watching that shit, but then I kind of fell off. And now that I hear Henry Cavill ain't gonna be on the show, and he's switching to Liam Hemsworth, I like that dude too, but I don't know. I think I wasn't even watching the show in the first place. But damn, Paul George hitting that green, fading to the corner like some Kobe shit. That's crazy.
Or their business. Nothing is off the table.
George.
Do not rest until you find a way
So
to really
smooth.
hurt them. When that doesn't work, that's when you have to resort to in-person tactics. One woman living in Cambodia was pressured by Chinese authorities to return to China, just because Cambodia is one of the 9 forbidden countries. When she refused, the CCP threatened to cut off the power and water supply of her mother's home in China.
I just seen a video that got uploaded on Periscope Films YouTube channel called, I don't even want to say it, but if you want to see something scary for Halloween, go to Periscope Films on YouTube and check out their video that they uploaded 13 hours ago. And it's crazy that it's even on the YouTube. Wow, I don't know what to say. That just took me off guard, low key. Yeah. Periscope Films. I wonder if YouTube is gonna let them keep that up there. But back to what we was doing.
Was spray painted with the words House of Telecom Fraud. In Myanmar, the CCP threatened Chinese citizens to come back home or, quote, the bank accounts of their immediate family members and friends would be controlled, restricted, or canceled, end quote.
Like they did to
April
Kanye West.
2021 and July 2022, over 230,000 Chinese citizens were forced to return from overseas. Whether they were actual criminals didn't matter. It's about
Shit. The government doing that to their people, but just our corporations are doing that to Kanye West right now, which is crazy. So they got a government that'll fuck you over and shit. But the corporations in America could be more of a capitalistic society. Okay, whatever. Leave it there. You can't figure it out. I shouldn't have to explain it. You know what I'm
stopping
saying?
Chinese citizens from even thinking about leaving the motherland in the first place. You have to take away all of their hope for a better life abroad. China's
which
secret
they've
police
done
may be causing
successfully,
chaos all around the world, but honestly, their international MO for dealing with misbehaving citizens is a lot more PG rated than what they do to their people back home. In China, they actually get punished. And not only is the punishment more severe than anything we've talked about on this channel before, it's also way more profitable. We're talking about forced
organ transplant.
Organ harvesting. China's go-to punishment for activists and dissidents.
That's crazy.
You see, China realized something.
I swear, that's bad though, kind of. So if you get in trouble, they gonna lock you up somewhere, take out your organs out, sell them. That's crazy. Dang, man, I gotta remember to do something tomorrow, but whatever. That's besides the point. That's crazy. Yeah, like they're gonna take your organs out. I'm pretty sure we do that out here too. I'm not saying that we do. I'm just saying maybe we. This is crazy.
A lot of demand.
That this is like so bad that niggas making YouTube videos out of it.
And for fresh, healthy organs on the international market. There are a lot of sick, wealthy people who desperately need organ transplants to survive. Unfortunately, the global supply of organs is pretty low. On average, you have to wait 3 to 5 years for an organ transplant. Because there's really only so many people willing to give up their organs of their own free will.
Right?
So China got to think.
Because, damn. Yeah, that's fucked up. Taking organs.
It had some of the biggest prisoner populations in the world, with loads of juicy organs available. Why not solve the global organ deficit and become stinking rich in the process by harvesting organs by force? How much money would a millionaire on his deathbed pay for a second chance at life? For an expedited organ that he could order whenever he needed. And so hospitals in China found their new moneymaker, forced organ harvesting. They've gotten the system down so well that they are actually advertising organ transplant.
And Will Smith is about to be in an emancipation movie. It screams fishy to me. That's the first movie he comes back with. And yeah, just leave that there.
Transplant waiting times of a few weeks, compared to the rest of the world's pathetic 3-year minimum wait time. All they had to do was conveniently leave out the part where the people they were getting their organs from weren't exactly willing volunteers. And they were definitely not dying on their own time. But as you probably expect, talking about such a graphic topic in a public YouTube video would equal instant demonetization. That's why we've just released a private documentary exposing China's forced organ harvesting. And this YouTube membership has allowed us to release videos.
Alright, I feel it, but go check out that dude's channel if y'all want to see more.
Jaden Myrick, convicted of murder, testifies he's a member of Faux PF.
Oh shit.
And he was talking about the record label there, but he claimed that he was, I don't know.
Academics on some bullshit.
New court update has some shaking in the boots as a conviction has been handed down. Early this year, Young Thug and Gunna were named an explosive indictment along with two dozen others. The YSL rapper, or the YSL Records rappers, were promptly arrested and charged with a series of gang-related crimes. Investigators have insisted that YSL is a criminal street organization, not only a record label. But Thugger and Gunna's teams, as well as their supporters, have contested that argument. After being denied bond for a third time, Gunna's attorney keeps pushing for his release. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever.
Right.
Oh, here we go. As we await more news about those trials, it's been reported that one of their alleged associates has admitted to having connection to the YSL gang. Look, man convicted of murder admits he's a YSL member.
That's crazy.
On the stand, and says he attempted to intimidate witnesses in
That's
this
bad.
case. He was convicted of all counts.
Definitely
in
doesn't
a
help.
2018 Country Club murder.
Because now it solidifies the fact that they're a gang. Well, at least somewhat implies it even more definite than it already was.
And this is the interesting part. So by the way, the dude
I guess
said,
it gives it more credence, you know what I mean?
and I'll show you where the 4PF shit comes in. The dude claims that he was signed to 4PF. But here's the thing. Oh, here we go. Teen Jaden Myrick, the teen accused of gunning down a father. What the fuck? As he waited for an Uber. Oh.
Yeah, academics. Like I said, he on that bullshit. He ain't forgot about little
Since
baby.
when is niggas taking a stand? On the stand, Myrick admitted his gang ties, reportedly saying he was affiliated with both YSL, 9 Trey, and currently identifies himself as a member of Faux PF, also known as Lil Baby's crew.
Here to stay, YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, chat, remember what I was saying
Work with
earlier?
me. I work with y'all,
You
man.
just say, yo, Lil Baby, I was playing. I ain't know you was really in some hot water. I want no parts. I'm running that way. I love you. I love your music.
What'd he say?
And no, I will not be testifying against no.
What'd he
I didn't
say?
know you was really in some hot water.
Holy shit.
Myrick, by the way, chat, remember what I was saying earlier? Let me just say, yo, Lil Baby, I was playing. I ain't know you was really in some hot water. I want no parts. I'm running that way. I love you. I love your music. And no, I will not be testifying against nobody. I didn't know the feds on y'all niggas like that. Okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did. Get the fuck out of here. He knew that shit.
Because I don't want some shit happen and they'll be like, no, let's blame Ack. No, y'all better not. Y'all better not. I don't want no parts. I don't know nothing.
Holy shit. That was nice,
Myrick
though.
alleged he was introduced to street life by older gang members around the age of 9. He says, I was too young to get jumped in, but as I grew older, I was like family to them. He learned his fate after a judge handed down a hefty sentence of life without parole plus 3 life sentences. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Why do you
man,
get
that's
on the stand,
crazy.
man?
Right, he already
Bro,
he
you
ain't
got
getting
life
no
without
time.
parole plus 3 life sentences.
Ain't no
What was all
benefit.
that you getting on the stand for?
Don't
He
even
was
matter.
reportedly convicted on all
That's crazy.
18 counts.
Damn.
Broader siblings addressed the court.
I'm just trying to be a
while
law-abiding
his
citizen,
actions.
man.
Alright, yeah.
And make some
That's
money.
why I think about that. Oh, that's
Fuck
clear.
all that shit, bro.
That's clear.
It's too much money to be getting out here, man, to be fucking around.
They testified. The siblings of the deceased
You know what I'm
basically
saying?
brought a urn with the ashes of the guy you allegedly killed. You're not coming out of jail.
Yeah.
Bro, any jury who sees that, you know, the jury's gonna be like, so you're telling me that guy who's a defendant killed that guy and now his ashes is in there? Oh yeah, you're going to jail. It's over.
Right?
When Myrick asked if he had to say anything, he simply said, I hope they find the person that killed their family member. Oh, so he's still denying it.
All right. He said, I ain't gonna tell on myself, though. This shit is crazy nowadays, bro. Might as well steady yourself and get your money, you know what I mean?
Sad, 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 man.
Let's see this.
Oh, I guess this is the in 2018, Christian Broder was in Atlanta for a wedding and standing outside the event with others, including his brother, as they waited for Uber. Then 4 teenagers in a vehicle pulled up and robbed the group. But as the assailants left, Broder was said to have followed behind. Oh, he reportedly spoke with the then 17-year-old Jane Myrick, who just held him up with a gun. Broder really tried convincing Myrick to return the stolen items, but instead the teen reportedly said, Do you really want to die over this? Myrick reportedly shot Broder in the stomach, killing the married father.
That's crazy.
According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Myrick was also named in a separate YSL case.
Oh, some
as one of
bullshit,
2
too.
defendants accused of trying to shank
Sheesh,
rapper
too much money to be
Life
getting
and
out here,
Richie in
man.
February
Niggas
at Fulton
need to
County.
calm the aggression
They also
down, you know what I'm
reported
saying?
that, detective testified that Myrick is a member of 9 Trey Gangsters. That group was infamously involved in Tekashi 6ix9ine case.
It's crazy,
as he testified
y'all.
against them. Myrick was charged with murder.
Like Pimp C said, you gotta slow down, man. You know what I'm
Participated
talking
in the
about?
street gang and a host of other counts. Although he denied being involved in the crime, Broder's relative reportedly pointed him out in a police lineup.
And there's snitching going on, too.
Yeah, this nigga just made it hot for everybody.
It's an impossible game to play
By
at
the way,
this
this is
point.
the reason why I'm walking back all the things I said about Lil Baby. Because I don't want, if Lil Baby get charged with a motherfucking thing, they look at me.
Right.
It ain't me, nigga.
It's too late for
he
you,
went
bro.
up on the stand and said, yo, I'm part of
That's what he trying to
PF.
do with
That's what
this
is.
video. He trying to
This ain't got nothing to do with
guys
academics.
the responsibility now. Okay, I see it.
On the stand, he admitted his gang ties. Said, yeah, this nigga got everybody hot. He said, oh yeah, I'm down with YSL, 9 Trey, and 4PF. Nigga, Fonnie Willis probably like licking her chops like, why would you get on the stand and say that if you're gonna get life plus 3 life
Anyway,
sentences?
they gonna sneak him out the back door,
Life
maybe,
without
man.
parole and 3 life sentences. Like, you just made it hot for everybody.
They're probably gonna sneak him out the back door or something.
Yo, did this sketch? Yo, does this look like him?
Hell nah.
This shit look like Lil Wayne, nigga. Like, holy
Hey, dude, without dreads.
Nigga, this
They
shit
look like Lil Wayne.
This look like Lil Wayne, nigga. This look like a young Lil Wayne, bro.
That shit crazy.
This nigga look more like Metro Boomin, nigga. He look like Metro Boomin. This look like Lil Wayne. That nigga understand talking about he part of 4PF. Yeah, nigga. 4 pockets full of charges. you got 4 pockets full of charges with all that shit. God damn.
Oh, that's who that was? That's Kevin Hart. Looking like a goddamn Game of Thrones person.
This nigga look like Black Youngster.
That's crazy,
man.
That's the new covenant. But if you read
on here,
a couple of verses, it basically says, this is what the new
be drinking his own pee and shit.
And it says, everyone will know the Most High. Right? Nobody will have to be taught it because it'll be written on your heart. So nobody will have to teach it. So
not Jaren,
those days haven't happened yet.
Think he do. The other dude definitely
So everything in the New Testament is null and void because the New Testament hasn't happened yet. Right? And if you go to Ezekiel, it tells you what has to be in place before the new covenant comes in. And those things aren't in place either. So, no, the New Testament is utterly null and void and a complete work of fiction.
I see people in the chat losing their mind. Somebody says, the intellectual dishonesty, can we at least accurately quote the text? What part? What part of the text have we said anything different than it's presented? People they just look for anything that they can grip onto.
They be hating, that's all.
And it's kind of sad. Somebody says, Jaren called the psych ward. You just have to understand that what I've seen from people so far the last couple weeks when I've brought this up is the people who say we need to worship God no matter what he's like, which if you fall into that camp, I really find that to be embarrassing. And I think that, that you'll be judged for that. I think that that's part of it. But the other part that somebody said that I needed to make sure I didn't understand what they're saying, they told me to go read, where did I just see it? Oh, why don't you reread Isaiah chapter 53? Tell me you don't see Jesus in that. Okay, I'm going to look this up. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, Isaiah 53 is talking about the suffering servant. Okay, all you need to know about suffering servant, right, is the skills you have about reading a book.
Right.
Okay, so it talks about when you look at Isaiah 53, it says he is and he shall and he whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you see if you open a book in the middle of in the middle of the book, okay, and it says he. To figure out who he is, you go back in the chapter to the first time it says he, and just before that, it will say who that he is.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you do that, and it says, Israel, my servant. It's talking about Israel.
Israel, right.
Okay.
This is the one I was talking about.
Just by looking, using the rules of reading a book.
And see, he knew that Bible passage right out the top of his head. And somebody in the chat, y'all can't see the chat, it's off on the other side of the screen, but somebody in the chat had brought up that question, and they doing this shit live. And that dude, he know that shit. He cool.
And I believe it doesn't go to the next chapter when they kind of explain it.
Both of them are actually.
Therefore, I will give him a portion among the great.
Really
smart. He will divide
people.
the spoils with the strong because he poured
I
out his life on the
agree with everything they say, and maybe they might be doing something that I don't know about. Obviously, everybody does. So, but I like what they be talking about most times. You know what I mean?
For he bore the sin of many and made intercession with the transgressors. And I thought it was the next chapter that it talks about it being Israel. Maybe I'm thinking of another book. Go ahead.
Damn, somebody just donated for them $100, bro.
It does say something like he will be prolonged, his life will be prolonged, and he shall see his seed. So JC lived for 33 years. Is that prolonging? And what seed did he have? So they skip over that. You're only meant to, as a Christian, only meant to look at the verses that they tell you to look at, and no other verses. Don't look back for context. Just these verses, and that's BS as the way I see it.
Yeah, because it looks like what they're talking about is like the future glory of Zion, right? So
what the hell? That's too much money,
about
man.
A person. Doesn't
That's
seem
funny.
to be.
No, the Most High tends to when you talks about Israel, it personifies Israel as you know, a single being. You know, it doesn't. He's not concerned with, you know, Dave Murphy over here. He's talking about the people as a whole. So you know, and the language it's written in is a completely different language to these languages we're speaking today.
Right.
And again, like you said,
you've got like a couple of.
You said it perfectly when you said the people who wrote the New Testament were knowledgeable of the Old Testament. So we shouldn't be surprised when I've used the example of they cast lots for his clothes, right? So let's say Jesus was a man and he died, and if they didn't cast lots for his clothes, well, the writers of the Bible aren't going to put that in there. They're going to say, oh shit, he was supposed to. The prophecy said we would cast lots for his clothes, so they would just write it in there, and then they cast lots for their clothes. They were trying to write a religion. They were, you know, that's what their goal was. It wasn't like, let's write the truth. This is a history book. That's not how the New Testament is written. It's written like in parables, and it's a story. They're
parables, analogies, and shit.
To Christ. It's not necessarily here's the exact everything that went down in the exact order. It's more of a matter of let's bring people to Christ. It's an attempt to get the religion going.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it seems like.
So if you know, an example is like when they say that you know, the virgin birth, they go back to Isaiah 7. You know, the Most has essentially commanded that you know, when this baby is born, right, he shall be called Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what he said. So they're using it as a prophecy. It's not a prophecy for JC. It's a prophecy for that time. Okay, King Ahaz. It's a prophecy for him. But you know, they use it and they say this is a prophecy from the Most High. Right, that a virgin shall give birth, and his name shall be called Emmanuel. So if it's a prophecy for the Most High, $36 million. Why wasn't his name called Emmanuel?
Right.
It means then the Most High is a liar and a false prophet, right? Because he's not called Emmanuel anywhere in the New Testament, only when Matthew refers back to the Old Testament.
Right.
So no, it's sorry.
No, it's good. I believe he calls back to it, harkens back to it, but he's never called that, never named that, which is God is with us, right? That's what Emmanuel is. Is that what the meaning of it is?
Yeah, because all Hebrew names are a description, a sentence that tells you, you know, who they are or what they're going to do or what they were there for. It turns out that I think it's Isaiah 8:18. It says that Isaiah's children were for signs and prophecies. So Isaiah had 3 children, and Emmanuel was one of those children. And his name, God with us, was a sign to King Ahaz that
look at that
Israel and Syria weren't going to attack him again. And that's it. You know, he said, the Most High said, look, I'll give you a sign. Right? Even though you don't want them, I'm going to give you a sign. And a child will be born. And by the time that child is, you know, about 2, right, when he gets to know right between right and wrong, okay, the 2 kings that are plaguing you will be dead. And that's the actual prophecy. But they only take a little bit of that text, twist it a bit, and say, oh, that means JC. So if it was, then who are the 2 kings that were going to die when this you know, JC was 2 or 3, you know? So it's
that a contact log?
I see so many, and I don't know if you guys are talking to us, because when you just see things that are just said that, like, you know, faith alternatives, ... hello, question mark. Is that to us? Are you asking us? Or I don't really know. You can be a little more clear. Somebody says if there was no Bible, what would all the good people
Halloween,
do
everybody,
to combat evil? Come together, use spiritual relationships to use truth of good to battle evil? No, you should just end evil where it is. So if there were no Bible, in my opinion at least, that's morality's inside you. Whether people say, well, some people want to go and hurt each other. Well, no, they didn't originally. They may have grown that way, or they started not caring about that feeling inside them, in my opinion. But so as far as if there was no Bible, I don't understand what you're saying by that. Does that mean that because there's the Bible, we do have a tool to combat evil? Because look at the world. Nobody's combating evil at all. So how are you to say that, if you're saying if there were no Bible, what would the good people of the world do? So you're saying because there's a Bible, the good people of the world now have some sort of tool, but they're not using it at all.
No.
They're just sitting around waiting for Jesus to come back. They think Jesus is going to save them. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the book of remembrance. Again, the Israelites were in slavery and affliction for 400 years, and their memories have been taken away. I mean, Psalm 83 says, "Let us cut them off from being a nation, so that the name of Israel shall be no more remembrance." So their memories were taken away. You know, their history and culture gone. You know, their homeland gone. Their language gone. And they think they're Americans, English, Scottish, whatever. Yeah. The Book of Remembrance is there, right, so that they would wake up and go, "Hey, that's me," and remember that their Most High is the creator of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. So now somebody's asking here.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody's talking about, and I wasn't going to bring some of these up, but something witchy's bringing up different lines of the Old Testament that are saying completely different things. Like Ezekiel says, the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father.
They're reading
bear
from the
iniquity
chat
of the son.
live.
And then Exodus, for I am the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon their children unto the third and fourth generation. So is that just them writing things down wrong, or what do you chalk that up to?
I chalk that up to, one's a direct one, father and son, and one's the fathers to the sons. So later on, sort of.
So why would anybody? So why would anybody? Let me just say this: why would anybody worship a God who punishes innocent children for their parents' transgressions? Like that alone. Let's just stop right here. Just think to ourselves, because in my opinion, as human beings, we recognize that is wrong, in trouble, and that if anybody makes an excuse and says, "But God can do it," then to me, those are the people that will be judged. Those people are the ones who have. They're showing God right now that their morality is so shit that they're willing to throw it away simply because somebody they've been told is in charge of them. Somebody's their worshiper, creator, or worshiper. So they don't have morality. If you have morals, you would just say it's wrong to punish children for their parents' transgressions. I have morals inside me. I can say that. I don't give a shit what God says. Somebody put morals in me. Somebody knows that that's not right.
That's creepy as shit.
And so beyond that, it makes it crazy to me that people say like, well, you can't judge God, Jaron. What do you mean? Then why did he give you morals? It's so I can see that and go, that's not right. And I just chalk that up to it's not God. But what would you say there? Why would that be okay in anybody's mind to think a God can punish children for their parents' sins?
Again, it's not okay, I'm a father and I kill somebody, for instance, and my son gets punished. No, it's not that, not directly one-to-one like that. It's the fathers of Israel, the forefathers of Israel, okay? They sinned egregiously, okay? And the punishment, right, that's, 400 years or even 70 years in Babylon, right, was felt by children who weren't even there in the beginning, right? But the Most High doesn't deal with, individuals in that way, talking about Israel as a whole. So Israel as a whole got punished, right? Just as they got punished for 400 years, and there were children born in that 400 years who didn't sin originally, but they got punished. And it's like a father punishing his children. Yeah, he still loves his children, but those children are in punishment. And if you've got two children and they're being punished for the same thing, and they've been sent to their rooms, okay, and you've got one of the children who's like, okay, I know I've done wrong and I'm sorry, and just sitting there and, okay. And you've got the other child, kicking off, smashing furniture, going, no, this is wrong, right? Which one is going to be treated better?
Well, but the problem with that is that what if they don't know what they've done wrong? That's the problem. Is if you're talking about third and fourth generation away, those people are being punished and they don't even know why. So if they're mouthing off and smashing things, it's because maybe they were great people and they're getting punished.
Okay, and I think that is actually the case. I think even in punishment, Right? If you're doing the right thing, just like the boy in the is repentant in his room, right? You're not going to have as hard a time as somebody who's keeps smashing the place up. Yeah, the people who are the people who are being sort of killed on the streets in horrible ways. Yeah, they might not have broken.
And gold for the honey. Then you dig it. That's right. Green for the money and gold for the honey.
Manslaughter.
Dig it.
But they're probably, and I'll hazard a guess, they're breaking the Most High's law. But that's not being sort of taken in consideration. Can I just say that there's a book. Sorry, there's a book that was taken out. There's 14 books that were taken out, part of the Apocrypha.
Right.
And one of those books was called Second Esdras. And it tells you what the whole point of all this is, and what we're doing here. Okay? And the best way I can describe it is if you imagine you're in a room with 100 people and 25 of those people are psychopaths. How do you tell who the psychopaths are? You can't look at them and know who they are.
The ones wearing Dodger hats.
The ones wearing Dodger hats.
But so you might come up with a questionnaire. Right? That questionnaire can't have the first question as, "Are you a psychopath?" Or second question, "Do you like killing small animals?"
Right.
Because the psychopath knows what you want to hear.
Yeah, right.
So those questions have to be open-ended
These
questions.
costumes. Questions that David Banner?
Don't have a right or wrong answer. So the psychopath is forced to be themselves because they don't know what you want to hear. So scale that up to the level of the Most High.
Jeez.
Wickedness is found in his realm.
What the hell?
Okay.
That's too much money, man.
So who's the wicked?
What the
Who
hell?
are the
That's too
wicked?
much money,
Well,
man.
the Most High already knows who the wicked are, but he doesn't go, "Okay, you're wicked," right? He'll let you do your wickedness to its fullest extent, and at the end he'll go, "Look, see, you're wicked."
Right.
So he will create a place where
Wait, hold on, time out real
you
quick.
can have
So
any experience.
So he's not punishing those doing wicked things, but he's punishing children 4 generations away from people doing wicked things.
Right.
Well, okay, when
I mean, this
the
is what-
punishment, okay,
because you're telling
the
two different
punishment
stories.
is
I believe
slavery and affliction. Yes.
35 fucking.
It's slavery and affliction. That was for the Israelites. That's the standard punishment for them.
I mean, this is where I kind of
for them as a whole.
But then why would so now they talk about white privilege and these kind of things, or we're supposed to feel bad because our white people enslaved black people, but really that was by design. Then the white people had no choice. God was punishing the black people by making the white people enslave them. That's what we're supposed to believe.
Well, the Most High brought them against the Israelites. But the story in the book is that the Edomites went too far.
Sorry, guys, Michael Jackson.
They went too far in the punishment.
Right.
And that's why, you'll find in the book of Obadiah, the book of Obadiah is all about what's going to happen to the Edomites. Now, again, just like looking at people and knowing if they're psychopaths or not, you can't look at somebody and know what nation they are. It's not about skin color. It's not about nationality or not nationality, whatever.
Cool.
It's about nation. It's about what nation you belong to, and it goes down your father's line. Okay, so there are white people who are mixed out, Israelites. In one of my videos, I show a white man, in front of a portrait of a black
Now we get
manservant,
into the nitty-gritty.
and he's saying, "Yeah, this is my great granddad." Yeah, we just found out.
Right.
Right, but you look at this white guy and you wouldn't know he wasn't anything but a white guy. Yeah. So the point is that that you can't look at somebody and know what nation they are. So it's not this black-white race thing, because that's a construct, and to keep everyone divided and keep everyone not knowing what the story is.
Yeah.
So what I was saying.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Yeah, what I was saying about Esdras is that so the Most High creates a realm. He incarnates everybody down here with the 10 Commandments written on their hearts. We all know what's right and wrong. Even the psychopaths know what's right and wrong.
I agree with that.
You've got a moral compass right in the middle of you. Okay.
Yep.
And so that's the game. You know, you're born down here, off you go. How are you going to play this game?
I agree.
Righteously or wickedly?
So why not
That's the
take
game.
that-
And when you get to the end, you get scored.
Okay, and let's say this though. This is the one thing I think we're missing on. So why wouldn't you use that moral compass to judge the creator that's given to you in a book, since you don't know that God wrote the book? Let's just say we don't know that for a fact. You can't know that for a fact. So wouldn't you use your only tool possible, which would be your moral compass, and to look at that book and say, oh, that's not what the real creator would do. The real creator would not tell you to break a dove's neck, would not kill Cain and not tell us why, would not, or not kill Cain, but I mean,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
he looked with sorrow on Cain's offering, right? Cain brought fruits and vegetables, and Abel brought meat, and it says, and God looked favorable upon Abel's sacrifice, but not Cain's, and then Cain kills him for that reason. But at no point does the Bible feel like telling us why Cain was looked unfavorably upon bringing fruits and vegetables, right? So I mean, that's kind of weird. Just you would think they would say
no, but I will talk to that point.
Yeah, please.
There's the book of Jasher, right? So you've got Genesis,
right?
The whole story is in Genesis, essentially. So you've got the book of Genesis, but Genesis covers 4,000 years of time in one book. Yeah. So if you look at the book of Jasher, where you've got an incident happening in the book of Genesis, you can go to Jasher and get the background, get the context.
See, I didn't know that there was more about that.
So
Jasher talks about Cain.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it doesn't. This is what I was getting to a point here. It doesn't talk about Cain. The point I was trying to make is that one book gives you the context to everything that happened, or virtually everything that happened in Genesis. There are other books that were taken out. When you look at Genesis, some of it doesn't make sense because they've cut bits out of it to advance the Christian or whatever the religious view. But
and you think God allows that? You think God just allows people to change the Bible, make different versions of it, to multiply it, to mistranslate it? Doesn't
free will?
Okay, I mean, I believe free will,
and and the wicked ones wanted to, if they could, they would have got rid of the Hebrew scriptures, and they, for the most part, they did. The actual scriptures, they did.
Well, they could have if they wanted to.
Sorry?
They could have if they wanted to, I think.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only Hebrew scriptures around are probably, in the Vatican archives. But all we've got is translations of it.
Right.
But I was going to say about the actual language. The language is actually really cool.
Sheesh.
That you can, even though they've messed it around with these translations, the way the original language worked is that you can't literally get rid of it. It's a completely different language, and you can kind of reconstruct it using different translations.
So a verse like this, and somebody puts this up, I know nobody cares what I think, but as far as if I posted this, I would have to think to myself first, what does that really mean? But to say that is the equivalent, though, of saying that we aren't allowed to question God. So imagine that because you just posted that line, that means that if God went throughout the Old Testament chopping the heads off of every child that was born, you couldn't say a word, because if I said, hey, God shouldn't be chopping heads off of children, you would just put that verse up. And I would be like, oh, well, I guess I can't even argue. So it's a dumb thing to say. Because if you really believe that, I believe you'll be judged on that. You'll be judged. You don't have morals. You're basically saying, no, the creator can do whatever he wants. The tyrant, the head of the state, can do whatever he wants. And we can't question it because his ways are better than ours. But again, remember that by putting that in there, any God that they put in the Bible, we would have to accept. Any God. There's no differentiation.
Just to talk on this, what's on the screen there, it's I don't think it's meant the way you're portraying it. I think it's somebody saying, I don't understand why you're doing this, and the response is, well, maybe you can't understand. It's your thoughts, your interpretation of what's happening isn't the Most High's interpretation of what's happening. Okay.
So if that's the case, then God could do anything, and that's his answer, right?
No. What again, you're missing the point here.
Okay.
Okay. When I decided to follow the
here.
ways of the Most High, okay, there were things that I didn't want to stop doing. Like I love bacon and I love shrimp and crab and lobster and all that.
Damn, he had to stop eating all that shellfish and everything. I forgot.
Eating pork, I found out why I shouldn't be eating pork. Yeah, I saw how disgusting, and parasite-ridden pork is, and same with shrimp and that. Yeah, as soon as I stopped eating shrimp, which was my favorite, absolute favorite, when I stopped eating it, I saw a picture of a shrimp next to a cockroach, and realized, oh, the cockroach gets rid of the crap on the land, and the same design is used in the sea. When it's not food, we're not meant to be eating it. So the point is that
that's crazy.
Yeah, I've got my own interpretation of this world. Yeah, shrimp looks like it's delicious food to me, but the Most High saying, no, it's not food. Don't be eating that.
Right.
And so that's what this line is saying, that you don't understand. And he echoes this several times, especially in the book of Second Esdras.
Yeah, he still be
you don't get to look at.
Yeah, it sucks. I do have a lot of those books in the Telegram library. People have seen, but and the fact that you don't believe in the New Testament, I think is good. I mean, I think it's good because I think that the New Testament is obviously steering people in the wrong direction. I think all people need to do is read Romans 13 and read every version of Romans 13. Don't just think, oh, I'm just going to read this one. Go read every single version. Every version says the same thing, which is that all government is placed in control by God, and that their goal is to promote the good and to shun the bad.
Right.
And you can't, if you go against the government, you go against God. So anybody who believes in the New Testament is out of their mind, or
dropping bombs.
It doesn't know how to read. They're just believing what their pastors tell them or something. And then when you ask anybody, they give you some excuse like, oh, well, he was talking about a nation in the past. Well, then why would it be scripture? Why would it be something that you would read today when it flat out tells you all governments are placed there by God? So that's one thing. The New Testament also never says anything bad about slavery. So why is there nothing bad about slavery even mentioned in the New Testament? Why wouldn't Jesus come and tell people, hey, you shouldn't be enslaving each other? Humans are not property of other humans. He doesn't say anything. So
I'd like to say, just to underline the point about the New Testament being a roadmap, right? There's a line in Revelation that says, by thy sorcery shall the whole world be deceived. Right?
Damn.
Now you look up the word for sorcery, it's
like
pharmakia.
Pharmakia. Oh yeah, the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Big pharma.
So by pharmaceuticals will the whole world be deceived? Isn't that what's happening right now? Yeah. This is a roadmap. They planned this because they wrote it in this book, which is like a roadmap for taking over the world, essentially.
Some people.
The Old Testament is what the Most High says is going to happen. Right? The New Testament is what these guys want to have happen.
Yeah, and this is a straw man here to say, Jaron, so we get rid of police today? I said that the book says that all government is placed there by God. The government is a corrupt body of psychopaths, if you haven't noticed. They're not placed there by God, period. So I'm not straw manning you when I say that you must believe that the government, Joe Biden, is placed there by God, the creator, to shun the bad and to promote the good. That's what we're told in the Bible. I didn't say anything about police. Okay, I didn't say anything about them. I said something about, it says that we're supposed to, and if you go against the government, so guess what? If you actually didn't wear a mask, you went against God. If you didn't get the vaccine, you went against God.
Damn.
Because the book says that the government has been placed there for your good by God, and to go against them is to go against God. So I didn't wear a mask, and I said F you to the government. And guess what? I think God was on my side. You must think that God was on the opposite side, because otherwise you don't believe in the Bible. So make up your mind. You can't. This is the problem with you guys. Is you're all over the place. Don't you understand how simple this is? Do you believe that the government is placed there by God? Yes or no? Your answer has to be yes if you're a Christian, or you accept that the Bible has been added to by governments. It tells you pay homage to who homage is due, worship the king, pay taxes to who taxes is due.
Pay taxes.
Who do you think told you that? So imagine tomorrow the government says, by the way, we're giving you a 99% tax now. Based on the Bible, we can't say anything about it because they're asking for tax, and they're who the tax is due, and they're saying it's 99%.
Resolution
so
list.
Pay taxes to who taxes is due. So again, this is the problem with that. That's how I know God didn't write that. Who wrote that? Governments. Governments clearly wrote, honor the king. Don't go. Government is placed there by God. Like, who says that besides some psychopath that is going to be in charge and wants to control you? So it's so simple to me, and I don't know why. This is like so difficult. It's like we've been lied to about everything.
Right.
Why not just look at one more thing? Why would you think after being lied to about everything, the book that's put in the drawer in the hotel room for free, that's where the truth is? We've been lied to about everything. They've hidden everything, but the truth is right there in the hotel drawer for free.
For beginners.
It's like so obvious. And they don't tax the church. If the church was like scary to the elite, they would tax the shit out of the church to get rid of it. Instead, they're allowed to do whatever they want. They don't get taxed. They have the most amount of land. Joel Osteen has $14 million house. All these, Crespo Dollar has a plane.
Yeah,
who's the other guy?
Dollar.
Who's the guy that says COVID-19?
There's so many of them.
They're all my somebody in my family. My wife's sister's husband is loaded. If you looked him up, I think it says 5 million because he's a preacher. And this is not a man of God. I mean, it's just not. You have to take each Old Testament story of violence you object to one at a time and address it in its context. Okay, so what about when God is telling people, if you sin, to come into the church and bring him all these things? Flour, salt, he wants the firstborn of a calf, he wants all these things, right? And then when you bring that in there, then he tells you to take a turtle dove and break its neck, and then drip the blood on the altar 7 times. So tell me what the context could possibly be that would be acceptable to me for God telling people to drip turtle dove blood on the altar. To me, that's just a
down with the turtle dove blood thing.
At the time, and then they're bringing God food anyway, and God says he loves the smell of burning flesh. I don't think that's true. I think Moses and Aaron stole it. They wanted food for themselves. They bring God his food, and then they grubbed after everybody left. But you can't take them into each. Go ahead. Context.
It doesn't say that actually, but
read this article.
You'll find.
Oh no, it doesn't. I'm saying that they
stole
give you a sorry, not the
okay. Yeah,
idea of resolution.
The thing about the sacrifices, again, I don't know everything about this. I'm just piecing stuff together as well. But the sacrifices were actually given to the Levites, the priests, because they didn't have an inheritance of their own. They weren't given land, right? They were set aside by the Most High to be his priesthood. So they weren't given land, so they lived off the what was given in sacrifice.
Damn.
Right.
Right.
And yes,
but
there
then God
were
had
these
some too.
rituals, but
right, God took some too.
But I don't understand those rituals. But you know what? Right. I'm going to assume that there's a reason for it that I don't understand, and that's fine for me. If he created all this, there's a reason for it. And as I said, when I decided to follow his commandments